Here are 3 tips for playing Paige in Deadlock. Okay, so number 1 is with Paige Shield, you normally need line of sight to actually use your 2 on your teammates. But when the ability is maxed, since it spreads to multiple people, you can actually just self-cast it and it will go through the floor or the ceiling and automatically go to your teammates and help them. So this is especially good when you're separated from your team, but you still need to help them. Say they're in a little fight or they're getting low. As long as the 2 is max, you can self-cast it, and you got to be kind of near them. It goes pretty far, but so just get a little bit closer to them, self-cast the 2, and you'll be helping your teammates out. Okay, number 2, most people know that Paige ult is a stun, and it can interrupt a lot of important ultimates, but a lot of people don't know that you can actually use it for verticality, meaning you can cast it up in the air, and it'll actually fly through the air, and you can use it to interrupt important ultimates, like a 7 ult, for example. Now, you don't always want to do this because you probably should have a knockdown for like a 7 ult, but there are some situations where you maybe need to interrupt an ultimate right away, or your knockdown is down, so don't be afraid to throw that ultimate out there. Okay, number 3 is more of a general tip, but one for sure thing is high velocity is very good on Paige, but the general tip is don't be afraid to fight early game as Paige. A lot of people like to play her early game like far back and scared because that's how you play her later on in the game, but you should not be doing that in early game. Her early game trading is actually very strong. Her autos hit really hard and they have really thick hitboxes, so you can guarantee a lot of them. Combine that with your shield and the fact that the autos also pierce, you can like absolutely slam some people early game, so stop being afraid as Paige in the early game. And a quick bonus tip, because I've talked about some of the previous tips in other videos, so here's a bonus. Paige 3 or her root, even though it's like this flat circle on the ground, the hitbox is actually really cylindrical and it goes pretty high up in the air above it and below it. So you can hit people above it pretty easily that are on high ground, and sometimes if you cast it above them, it'll hit them on the low ground. So you don't necessarily want to play for this and actively try and do it, but in those scenarios where maybe you misclicked or mispositioned it, be prepared for them maybe to still get rooted. So we went over Paige because these people wanted it. Let me know which character you want to go over next.